WrestleDream was a waste of 4.5 hours. The only good thing is that I was able to watch this show for free. If you spent $40 on this show, I have no idea what to tell you. There are ways to watch these shows for free. There are ways. You could do a VPN. You can try to find some sites. But this pay-per-view was not worth $40. It was not worth it. This should have really been about a $5 to $10 pay-per-view. Seriously. This show was absolutely missable. It was a waste of time. This was AEW's version of Crown Jewel, basically. It was filler. Basically, all these matches could have taken place on Dynamite or Collision. And it would have been better if they never would have even had WrestleDream at all. Period. It would have been even better. Why? Because nothing on this show was important. Everything just didn't feel important. It was no story. It was nothing there. Nothing was there. And it is what it is. But 4.5 hours of nonsense and 4.5 hours of just wasting everyone's time. Right? So, let's go ahead and get into WrestleDream from October the 18th, 2025. 9 matches on the show, on the card. I did not watch the pre-show at all, so I don't care about any of that garbage either. I don't know why people even waste their time watching a pre-show. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night. It went from the pre-show to the main card, and that was FTR defeating Jet Speed with the help of Stokely Hathaway. So it is what it is. It does not matter. This was a waste of fucking time, as per usual. As most of this show was. Moving on. This leads us into Tekla versus Jamie Hayter. And Tony Khan banned everyone from ringside, so yeah, it is what it is. Jamie Hayter defeats Tekla. She wins via the Haterade. Match was pretty okay. It felt like something that would have taken place on a Dynamite or Collision. You could have opened Dynamite or Collision with this, or you could have main evented the show with that, with either show with it. It didn't matter, so whatever. So it is what it is. Jamie Hayter winning makes sense. And then Queen Amanada, she came out to celebrate with Jamie Hayter. And then the rest of Tekla's faction, which consists of Julia Hart and Sky Blue, they showed up. So whatever. I don't give a damn about this either. Moving on, this leads us into Jurassic Express, Luchasaurus and Jack Perry defeating the Jacksons, the Young Bucks, Nick and Matt Jackson. Who cares? So they win $500,000. Yay. I don't give a damn about this. This felt like Dynamite. This should have taken place on Dynamite. So Omega showed up at the end after the match. So Omega shows up. He fights off the Don Callis family and everything else. I don't care about this garbage. I really don't care about this at all. Next, this leads us into the Demand, which is Ricochet, Bishop Khan, and Leon. They were defeated by the Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin, and MVP. This match was pretty okay. Match was pretty fun. They ended up doing a nasty table spot on the outside when they powerbombed Shelton Benjamin on Bobby Lashley through the table. That was pretty cool. I did like that spot there. So Shelton Benjamin gets the win for his team. Makes perfect sense. Good stuff there. I'm surprised that I'm surprised that Cedric Alexander didn't show up. Although he still might, but I doubt it. I think he's probably going to still probably re-sign with TNA, which he basically should. I don't know why he would go to AEW and just be in the Hurt Syndicate. And so apparently this was for the number one contendership to the Trios Championships, and the Hurt Syndicate, they won. So that's cool. I could see them actually beating the Ops and taking the titles off the Ops in due time. It could happen on Dynamite. It could happen on Collision. It doesn't really matter. I doubt it'll happen at Full Gear, because that's the next pay-per-view for AEW. It's in November. So I don't know how that's going to really play out. Moving on, Kyle Fletcher defeats Mark Briscoe. Match was really good. Very, very long. Pause. But towards the end of the match, Kyle Fletcher hit a low blow. He hit the Brain Buster, and Mark Briscoe kicked out. And then there was a nasty J Driller spot on the outside. And then, like I said before, towards the end of the match, Kyle Fletcher hit a low blow, and then he hit a Brain Buster. Mark Briscoe kicked out, and then Mark Briscoe loses to a Brain Buster off the top rope from Kyle Fletcher for the 1-2-3, and yeah, it says that Tony Khan doesn't give a damn about Mark Briscoe. You mean to tell me you could not hotshot this? You couldn't have just had Mark Briscoe win, and then maybe at Full Gear you have Mark Briscoe lose to Kyle Fletcher. I get you want to pull. I get you want to push Kyle Fletcher. I get it. It's understandable, rightfully so. But come on, man. Mark Briscoe just defeated MJF at the last pay-per-view, right? And now he can't even defeat Kyle Fletcher. Again, Full Gear is probably going to be in the next 6 to 7 weeks. And you mean to tell me you can't just swap the titles for a few weeks and then give it right back to Kyle Fletcher? Whatever. I don't fucking understand it, but it is what it is. Moving on. We get a really good vignette from Thomas Tony Storm. Good stuff there. We get a good vignette for Chris Statlander. So this leads us into Chris Statlander versus Tony Storm. Chris Statlander retains the AEW Women's Championship. Match was pretty good. Very good. So Tony Storm hit a bunch of her usual moves in this match. So Chris Statlander wins via the Saturday Night Fever for the 1-2-3. Makes perfect sense. Post-match, both women, they embrace, and that was it. So Mercedes, she showed up. She wanted Chris Statlander to clear the ring. Statlander obliges, and then this leads us into an open challenge match, basically. Mercedes gets on the mic, and she just wants, someone to come out there who had a championship to put their championship on the line. And the open challenge was answered by Mina Shirakawa. So it's title for title, and Mercedes wins. She's now a 11-time champion. She now is the new Women's Ring of Honor champion, which is stupid. She's the new ROH Women's World TV champion. This is stupid. This is absolutely fucking stupid. So Mercedes wins via the moneymaker for the 1-2-3. And then she ended up hitting up a roll-up to win as well, which is dumb. It's stupid. Whatever. Then Chris Statlander, she shows up. She beats up Mercedes Moné, and that was it. So whatever. I don't care. I do not care. So I'm guessing they're setting up Mercedes versus Chris Statlander, probably at Full Gear. Mercedes is on the worst run in her career. This has been the worst Mercedes has looked for a while. She looks stupid with these 11 belts. She looks dumb as fuck. Like, why? You don't need Mercedes to have all this gold. She's not going to work in these promotions and to drop the gold. She's not. Because why would you do that? It's basically 10 different promotions. It's quite dumb. It's just quite dumb. And I'm pretty sure she's jet lagged from having to work Arena Mexico a night prior. So whatever. I don't give a damn. Moving on. This leads us into Brodito, which is Bandito and Brody King. They defeated Tenosuke Takeshita and Okada. Very good work rate match. That's all I'm going to say. Really good work rate match. They did the usual false finish like they always do in these matches. Bandito is amazing. Okada's okay. Takeshita is a damn star in the making. And Brody King is okay in his own right. So, basically, towards the end of the match, there was a bit of miscommunication between Okada and Takeshita. Okada accidentally hit Takeshita because Bandito ducked the Rainmaker. Ended up hitting Takeshita. Okada smiled, so we know this is, setting up their match eventually. And then this allowed for Bandito to hit the 21-plex onto Okada for the 1-2-3. Makes perfect sense. There is that. Moving on. This leads us into Renee Paquette. She's backstage with Tony Storm, who says that she's lost everything. So Mina Shirakawa, she comes in and says they still have each other, and then they embrace. That's cool. Main event of the evening, which I did not watch. I actually fell asleep in the middle of this show. So, there is that. It is what it is. Hangman Adam Page defeats Samoa Joe. He wins via the buckshot lariat. Yay, I don't give a fuck about this. Hangman's second run as champion has been boring. There's no one for him to feud with. This was just something for Samoa Joe to do for the time being. So, I mean, there's that. But WrestleDream really shouldn't have even taken place. It really should not have taken place at all, period. I forgot to mention that Darby Allin, he ends up winning the I Quit match. So, there's that. So, he ends up winning that. But this show was just entirely too long. And I didn't watch the I Quit match either. I'll go back and watch the I Quit match, and I'll go back and watch the main event. But I just don't understand why any of this needed to take place. AEW did not need WrestleDream. It just didn't need to happen. Nothing on this show happened and took place. Nothing is worthy of going back to watch. Really, because all this show was just a souped up Dynamite and Collision combined. That's all this show was. That's all it was. And it's just a waste of time. It really is a waste of time. It is time for Tony Khan to step down and to just fund AEW behind the scenes, hire some writers who know what they're doing, and just try to make AEW the best product that you can make it, because right now AEW just sucks. AEW just flat out sucks. And this show was just a waste of time. It really was a waste of actual time. So it is what it is. I don't know how, my bad. I don't know how many people were in the actual venue. I don't know. Maybe 7,000, maybe. I don't know. I have to look and check. It's not really that important. But it just goes to show you that AEW needs to get their shit together. And WrestleDream just, in my opinion, just was not needed. It just was not needed. It was a waste of time. And that's all I can say. That's all I can say. Less is more. This show, instead of going off the air at 12:30, it should have actually went off the air if this show would have started at 7, and you would have gotten rid of at least the first 4 matches. This really should have been a 5 to 6 match card. You could have gotten out at about maybe 10:30, 11 o'clock, I would say. I would say about 10:30. So let's just say you just do a 5 to 6 match card. Let's just say 6 matches. All right, 6 matches. They could have gotten out at 10:30, right? So we didn't need like the first four matches of, my bad. The first 4 matches of the show we didn't need. We did not need. We didn't really need anything on this show, really, because it wasn't worthy. It wasn't pay-per-view worthy. What took place on this pay-per-view could have taken place for a Dynamite and Collision. There should not have been a WrestleDream pay-per-view at all, period. But it is what it is. I guess onward to Full Gear. So Tony has, I think, about a good 6 to 8 weeks to build that. Hopefully he actually tries and gets off his lazy fucking ass and does something. Because WrestleDream was just pointless. It was absolutely pointless and a waste of time. But what did you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.